Suppose you won't get recommended this time, then what? What will you do?
So as this is my last attempt of NDA, I won't be able to carry out NDA again. So I'll be a little bit disappointed, but I won't let it affect my spirits. I'll go home and I'll introspect about what I did wrong. And then after my engineering is done, I will sit for various entries of CBS and AFCAT.
जय हिंद एवरीवन, आई विवेक पांडे, वेलकम बैक इन टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस। फ्रेंड्स, आज की वीडियो में हमने सानवी का मॉक इंटरव्यू लिया है जस्ट बिफोर हर एसएसबी, जो अभी रिसेंटली रिकमेंड हुई है फॉर एनडीए एसएसबी। इस वीडियो के अंत तक जरूर देखें, आपको काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा क्योंकि ये इंटरव्यू काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है, काफ़ी नॉलेजेबल है। और प्लीज़ नोट डाउन कीजिए कोई भी पॉइंट्स जो आपको इंपॉर्टेंट लगते हैं। बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द इंटरव्यू, लेट मी टेल यू अ ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ सानवी। एक्चुअली सानवी एक बहुत ही हार्ड वर्किंग कैंडिडेट है एंड शी इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट हार्ड वर्किंग कैंडिडेट्स ऑफ टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस फैमिली हु नोज हाउ टू यूटिलाइज हर टाइम एफिशिएंटली। क्योंकि सानवी ने जस्ट 12th कंप्लीट किया है, शी वाज एबल टू क्लियर है एनडीए एग्जामिनेशन, दैट टू ट्वाइस इन अ रो। अनफॉर्चुनेटली पहले अटेम्प्ट में शी गॉट स्क्रीन आउट, बट दिस टाइम शी प्रिपेयर्ड वेरी हार्ड एंड फाइनली शी गॉट रिकमेंडेड। Actually, Saanvi was regular for all the sessions in Target Defense Forces practice platform, starting from lecturates on daily basis, PP&DT sessions, GD sessions, and multiple mock interviews. This plus the constant support of Target Defense Forces family members helped her out to achieve her dreams. अगर आप भी एक सच्चे डिफेंस एस्पायरेंट हैं and looking for a platform where you can practice till you SSB, then my dear friends, let me tell you one thing, you are at the right place. Just provide your details in the given WhatsApp number, rest we will take care of. अगर आप एक सर्विंग कैंडिडेट हैं या एक वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल हैं, तब आपके लिए यहाँ की टाइमिंग की जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है वो काफ़ी काम आएगी। एंड मस्ट वॉच अदर वीडियोस ताकि आपको पता चल जाएगा कि टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस में क्लासेस कैसे कंडक्ट कराई जाती हैं, एज वेल एज ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1, 2 एंड 3 जो टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस फैमिली से हैं, आपको उनके एक्सपीरियंस भी मिलेंगे। जस्ट वॉच द वीडियोज़ इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन। और अगर आप नए हैं चैनल में तो काइंडली चैनल को अभी सब्सक्राइब करें एंड ऑल्सो प्रेस द बेल आइकन टू गेट अपडेटेड। हियर कम्स द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ सानवी, मस्ट वॉच टिल द एंड।
Saanvi, you are having a beautiful name, Saanvi. Please tell me what is the meaning of this and who gave you this name?
Sir, my name means Goddess Lakshmi. It was given to me at birth by my father.
Okay. Why this name was given to you? Have you ever asked them?
Sir, they just say it suits me a lot and it is the perfect name for me. As all the qualities of Goddess Lakshmi, like money management and everything, I do that very properly. So they say that.
Tell me about 3 qualities of Goddess Lakshmi that you find in your personality also.
So first one is obviously the money management. Second is I not only I succeed properly, I also spread positive vibes around me. And my father thinks that I am his lucky charm. As when I was born, he got a promotion. So that is another thing.
Okay, what your father is doing currently?
So he's in a private job.
Which sector? Like what he is doing currently? Please tell about his job profile.
So he's in the sales sector and he manages all India sales of laptop and mobile accessories like webcams, headphones, etc.
Okay, like since when he is in this sector?
So I think since the start only. Before he was dealing with laptops and computers, but now he's in this sector.
Okay, which companies, laptop and computers he is dealing with?
So Lenovo.
An important announcement. हमारे ऑनलाइन डेली एसएसबी प्रैक्टिस प्लेटफॉर्म के एक्सेप्शनल रिजल्ट्स के बाद ऑन योर हाई डिमांड, फाइनली टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस इज लॉन्चिंग इट्स ऑफलाइन कोर्स फॉर एसएसबी प्रिपरेशन विद फुल फ्लैज जीटीओ ग्राउंड, and only we are providing you the adventure sports and trekking expedition along with the course. So what are you waiting for? Join us right now.
Lenovo. Please tell me about Lenovo company, from which, this company is from which nation?
So this company is from China, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is in China, or it is a separate nation?
So it's in, I believe Hong Kong is a disputed part in China.
What is the dispute? Do you have any idea about that?
So no, not much.
Anyways, So SAANVI, please tell me something about yourself. I want to know more about you. Please tell me something about yourself.
Sir, I come from Bangalore, which is the capital city of Karnataka. I have recently completed my 12th grade with 85% in my boards. I've given various competitive exams. From my childhood, I gave multiple Olympiads and other competitive exams. I have also participated in various extracurriculars throughout my life. One thing that makes me unique is that I have lived in 8 different cities, and I have studied in 3 different boards that are ICSE, CBSE, and a Karnataka State Board. I have participated in various extracurricular activities, and my favorite among all of these have to be anything that has to do with speaking. For example, oration, debating, hosting, things like this. I've also participated in various sports. For example, skating, swimming, basketball, and badminton. I also, as a hobby, do long distance cycling, as I love exploring my own city alone, and it also helps me keep up my health.
And you have mentioned that you have lived in 8 different cities, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you please name those 8 different cities and also tell me about which state they belongs to?
Sure, sir. So I have lived in cities of Bhopal, Indore, Jabalpur, Raipur, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, and Bhopal.
3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 cities only.
So I'll repeat them again. So the cities are Bhopal, Indore, Jabalpur, Raipur, Mumbai, Pune, and Bangalore, along with so I'm not able to recall right now.
Anyways, can you please tell me about total how many states you have lived in?
So 3 different states.
3 different states. Please tell me about which city you like the most and why.
So my favorite city out of all of these, although I did find something to love in each city, my favorite city has to be Bangalore, because I grew up, I basically developed a personality of my own in this city. I've found friends for a lifetime here. I explored myself and what my real strengths were. I gained immense support from teachers, and I also realized what I want to do in my life. I love the city as in its own, as I love the people and of course the weather and the lakes, which you can go for recreational purposes.
Perfect. Now, please tell me a few more things. You have mentioned that you have lived in 8 different cities. What is the reason behind living in 8 different cities? Please tell.
So the main reason is to find better educational opportunities for me and my younger sister, and also for a better lifestyle.
Okay, your parents were struggling to find a better education facilities for you and your younger sister.
No,
Was
sir,
it like that?
No, sir, it's not like that. But there's always room for
Switching to
growth.
different cities.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. There's a glitch, I believe.
So I was saying that I believe that there's always room for growth and betterment. Some cities have something else to offer that another city cannot. And each city that I have traveled to, there has been something that is better, or there is something different about that city. And it is always a learning experience. I've gained a lot of experience from living in so many different cities. So that is a good part.
No, you're not getting my question. You're not getting my question. The question is, I'm asking that, what is the main reason of switching into these different cities, and why did you stop in Bangalore? Why didn't you go away from Bangalore if you are switching just to find out a better place? Please tell me this thing. What was the main reason? Were you guys the main reason, or were your parents were the main reason?
So along with my parents, I think me and my younger sister were also a very good reason. I think in Bangalore, the schools and education system is excellent, and everyone is very focused. Like the culture in Bangalore, people are goal oriented and they know what to do in life. They are disciplined and they have their priorities set. So I think that is the main reason why my parents chose Bangalore as a place to settle down.
Okay, anyways. Now, please tell me a few more things. You mentioned that you live in Bangalore right now. Bangalore is also known as Silicon City, right?
Yes, sir.
What Silicon City actually is, and also tell me why it is known as Silicon City and where the actual Silicon City of the world is situated.
So the actual Silicon City of the world is in California, USA. It is basically a tech hub with headquarters of the major tech companies of the world, like Google and Microsoft, which happen to be in Silicon City. Bangalore is known as the Silicon City of India, as it is home to many tech companies, like the original Silicon City. Many companies have their headquarters here, and a lot of companies like Infosys started from Bangalore. So that is the reason it is called Silicon City.
Okay, please tell me one thing. What Bangalore is famous for, and also tell me, if suppose one has to visit to Bangalore, what are the areas nearby that you will recommend that person to visit? Please tell.
So Bangalore, although it lies in the south, it is a good mixture of all the different parts of the nation. The most important, or the most thing that I enjoyed here in Bangalore are the dosas here, and also the thatte idli, which is a special type of idli, which you can find in many other places in South India as well. But in Bangalore also it's available. When one comes to visit Bangalore, one surely has to visit the Kabban Park, which is the central park of Bangalore. It is spread over 300 acres, and it was originally built by the British. Apart from this, Bangalore Palace is a great historical place if one is into those kind of things. Also, various museums like the Art Museum, the Vishweshwaraya Technological Museum, the State Government Museum, and also the HAL Aerospace Museum are some places where people can visit. Some youngsters can enjoy places like Church Street and Brigade Road, where there are many eateries and people spend their leisure time there.
Fine. I'm able to see that you are having a sibling, right? How old she is right now? Please tell about her.
My sibling is currently 13 years old. She's studying in 8th grade.
Okay. So I'm going to do one thing, try to take off the earphone once. Take off the earphone.
So is it better now? Hello?
Try to be louder.
So am I audible now?
Better. It is better, right? Yes, you are. Now, please tell me, Sanvi, one more thing. Tell me something about your sister. Like, she is how many years elder to you, younger to you? Please tell me about this thing. And I am able to see that generally in the families, what happens that the younger child is pampered more, right, as compared to the elder one. So how do you feel at that time once she is pampered more as compared to you?
So my younger sister, currently she's in 8th grade. She's 13 years old, and the most significant thing about her is you need to know is that she's a professional gymnast. She's been professionally practicing for almost 3 years now, and before that also she took a great interest in this. She's always been inclined towards sports. Both me and my sister have been inclined towards sport, but her priority lies in sports, but my priority lies in studies. Apart from this, yes, I do believe that she has been pampered a bit, but it transformed me also as a person, as I have been given more independence and more responsibilities. So that made me have a different personality of my own. So that I think that is a good thing.
Fine. Now you have mentioned that she is professional gymnast, right? Like since past 3 years, she is working professionally for that. Please tell me about in which institute she is going currently for the practice, and how long she practices per day, and what are 3 things from your sister that you learn? Please tell.
So she's been practicing with R&R Fitness, which is about 3.5 kilometers from our house. And she's participated in various competitions. I think this Sunday she has one competition, and she also went to state selections recently. She bagged the 3rd position there. Apart from this, the 3 things that I learned from my sister are she's very hardworking. For example, if she's gone out for her practice, she'll come back and she'll still help out at home or do her studies if she has some project to submit tomorrow or the day after, or homework left. And she is very dedicated towards gymnastics. It's not like she decides her priorities and she works with her whole heart towards them. So that is what I learned from her. She practices 4 days a week for 3 hours. Every day she goes for 3 hours.
Perfect. So now please tell me a few more things about your parents. Please tell me something about your mother. What are 3 things in your mother's personality that you like? And also tell me, whenever you're at your home, how do you contribute in home activities? What is your contribution over there? And if I talk to your parents, what you want from SAANVI in career options, what will be their response, and how much they are supportive to you right now, as you have mentioned that they have given you the free hand to choose a career of your own choice, right? Please tell me about that thing. What sort of support you get from your parents?
So my mother's name is Chaya Singh. Currently, she's a homemaker. The three most important qualities that I admire in her are first that she is extremely friendly and she always understands the other person's perspective, and she is a very kind human being. So these are the three things that I admire about her mother. Admire about my mother. The some of the responsibilities that I shoulder at home are I have a dog also, so I feed her every day, twice a day. I take her out for walks. I spend some time with her. I bathe her once a week. So those are some responsibilities. Apart from this, if there's some market work, for example, my mom wants something from the market, I go and get it. And I also help in cleaning out the kitchen after lunch every day.
Okay. Sanvi, now please tell, if suppose I'll ask your mother that what are the three things in Sanvi that you don't like at all or you want to change in her personality, do let me know about that then. And also tell me about what was the last incident when you got scolded from your mother.
Sir, if you ask my mother what would she like to change about my personality, it's that I tend to get too focused on my studies, and due to that, my workspace, especially where I study, it tends to get a little bit messy. So she would mostly tell you that she would like to change that in me, and the most recent scolding was about that only.
Okay. Anyways, now please tell me, like you have mentioned about Bangalore, right? You have praised Bangalore a lot. Please tell me about 3 areas of improvement that Bangalore require, or 3 areas that you feel that are not good at all, are the problematic area in Bangalore. Please tell.
So the first and foremost, which the whole nation knows, is the traffic problem in Bangalore. It is very much prominent. So if that is solved, Bangalore would be an excellent city. Apart from this, last year only we faced floods in which my family was also impacted. So I would also like to better management to be there. The root cause of the floods have been identified, just that they need to be resolved now.
What is the root cause for that?
So, Bangalore is a very old city. It was designed in 16th century by Sri Vishveshwaraya. Sri Kempegowda. And it had its own irrigation system. The irrigation canals were approximately 5 to 6 meters wide at that point. But currently, they are left to a few feet. The main reason behind this is encroachment by the builders. So this enforces the water pressure to go very high, and it also leads to flooding. So this is the reason.
I mean, the last 3 batches of NDA of women candidates, I find you to be the tallest that I'm interviewing. Please tell me what's your height currently.
So my height is 5'9".
5'9". If you convert 5'9" to like meters, how many meters it will be?
1.75 meters.
1.75 meters. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
But you have written something else in the PIQ form.
No, sir, I have written 5'9" only. Oh, sir, I think I filled the PIQ form a little bit earlier. I rechecked my height and it was 175 centimeters. I've written 170 centimeters.
Anyways, please tell me about what are the advantages of being so tall, and also tell me about 2 major disadvantages of being tallest in the room.
So some of the advantages of being tall is that I stand out in a group. My friends don't have to search for me in a crowded place as I am quite visible. Apart from this, I also can reach higher places easily, and I help out my mother in that. Whenever she's not able to reach the higher shelves, I go ahead and just pull out the things she needs. And also, whenever we are in a stage performance or we are attending one as such, I can look at the stage even from a distance, while my friends or my family struggles a little bit to do that. Some of the disadvantages, one of the major drawback is that I cannot find jeans of my length, as all of them cut at a weird length at my ankle. I cannot find full jeans. So that is the only disadvantage I can think of.
How do you manage them?
Sir, I don't. I have one jeans which is perfect in length. Apart from that, I prefer wearing trousers or track pants.
Anyways, Sami, now please tell a few more things. Like you have mentioned a lot of things about your sports activities also, and your score was quite good. I won't say that your score is not very good, right? Your score is quite good. Please tell me about your sports. Like, what are the achievements in your sports, all the sports that you have played so far, and which sport you like the most, and why?
So starting with the first competitive sport that I started was swimming when I was in first grade at 6 years of age in Mumbai. So that I really enjoyed it, and currently I still continue swimming. I also started doing skating consecutively. I started with roller skates, but currently I practice with inline skates. I also picked up badminton in the year 2016, and I have been playing since then. And when I shifted to Bangalore, many of my friends used to take interest in badminton, so I started playing badminton also. Some of my achievements are that I joined a sports club for both basketball and swimming. I have also done a hurdle race in my school, in which it was an inter-school competition, and I won the third prize in that.
Tell me about your achievements and like which is your favorite sport you have mentioned?
So my favorite sport has to be basketball.
Like you have mentioned that you have been doing swimming since class first, right?
Yes, sir.
So till now you must be like professionally trained in swimming. Is it like that?
Yes.
Have you participated in any of the competitions in swimming?
Sir, as significantly as I remember, there are a few competitions that I have participated in. Some of them were hosted by my sports club only, which I was a part of.
Okay. Professionally, have you ever been to any competition and level in swimming?
No, sir. No, sir, not in swimming.
Are you not interested or what?
No, sir. Sir, the thing is,
are you not good enough?
No, sir, it is not that. I have been shifting my cities and schools very quickly, almost every 2 years on an average. So it has become a little bit difficult to keep up with all the competitions at one point. But whenever I do get a chance, I do participate.
Anyways, now please tell me one thing. In the basketball, you mentioned that your favorite sport is basketball. Please tell me some basic 3 rules of basketball that you like the most. Also tell me about the dimension of the basketball court. Tell me about the height of the ring of the net. Also tell me about what is the height. Is the height differences there between men as well as women or not? Also, I want you to tell 3 basic tournaments that are played in India of basketball and what is the ranking of India in world basketball. Please tell.
So starting with the major rules of basketball, first is you cannot dribble a ball, hold it back and dribble it again. You have to pass it to the other person. Second is you cannot tap on the person's hand who's dribbling the ball. And third is if the ball goes out of the court, the other team, with the opposite team in which is not responsible for the ball going on, it has to start from the outside court only. The height of the basketball rim, it is 10 feet for both men and women. There is hardly any difference for them. The size of the basketball court is 28x15. Some of the tournaments that are 15 meters. Some of the tournaments that are held in India, one is a part of Khelo India. And then there are under 17 and under 19 tournaments that are held.
Okay. Like which tournaments you have participated in?
So I have participated in a few tournaments pertaining to my sports club only.
Okay. When did you register yourself for the Khelo India?
So I haven't registered myself for Khelo India.
Why I'm saying this?
So I have played on a small level only, casually mostly. I started playing in school, and then because my main focus was studies, so I took more interest in that. Sports I used to play to keep myself healthy and my mind healthy, along with some recreational time.
And you're talking about your studies, right? Now I want to know more about your educational background. Please tell in which year you completed class 8. What was the percentage that time? What used to be your favorite subject, favorite teacher, subject you didn't like at all, and teacher which was not able to impress you much in your 8th standard? Followed by class 10. From which institute you completed class 10? Which year you passed it? What was your percentage that time? Favorite subject, favorite teacher, subject you didn't like at all, and teacher which was not able to impress you much in the 10th standard? Do tell me about that. And after 10th, how much difficult it was for you to choose an option between science, commerce, and arts, or you are having a fixed mind that I'll be going for the sciences stream? Give me the reason behind that. Why you have chosen science, why not other subjects? Also tell me in 12th, which subject you like the most, and what was the reason behind that? Also tell me about what was there in your mind in class 12, what you wanted to do, what you wanted to achieve. I'm able to see that this is your second attempt for NDA. Why you want to join defense forces, and what are your backup plans? Apart from this, after 12th standard, how many examinations you have written? What was the result of those examinations? What are you up to currently? Please tell me about this thing and what you are desiring for. Please explain these things.
So in 8th grade, I had recently shifted to Bangalore. So it was a new experience for me, as it was first of all an ICSE board and I had to make friends all over again. But I adapted to the surroundings pretty quickly. I made my friends. I graduated 8th grade in the year 2018. And I scored 91%. My favorite teacher was my Hindi teacher, Premlata ma'am, as she was as she used to tell stories very enthusiastically. And even though whenever I had a few difficulties, she used to be very helpful to every student. One teacher which could not impress me the most was my chemistry teacher in 8th grade, as before that I was a bit more interested in chemistry, but I just found that that teacher couldn't live up to my expectations as such. Moving on to my 10th grade, I graduated 10th grade in the year 2021. And I ended up scoring 96.6%. My favorite subject in class 10th became maths and chemistry. My favorite teacher was my chemistry teacher, which was Deepa ma'am. She used to take us to the labs very frequently. And again, whenever I had doubts, she used to solve them with without making me feel like I am asking the wrong doubt as such. She used to always encourage doubts. After 10th grade, my two areas of interest were maths and history, but I realized soon that I could not pick both of them at the same time. So I chose maths as such, because moving ahead in 12th grade, if I changed my mind and I wanted to pursue history in a professional manner, I could do that. But then if I was in 12th grade with history as one of my main subjects, it would be a little difficult to switch back to maths. Currently, this is my second attempt of NDA, and last time I got screened out. Also, I have done various competitive exams. My percentage in 12th grade was 85.8%, and sorry, sir, is that all?
Anyways, now please tell me about like total how many examinations you have written right now, and what's your backup? What made you to join Defense Forces? What is your motivation towards joining Defense Forces? Do let me know about that. And you have mentioned about your history was also one of the favorite subjects, right? At the time, how who helped you out to make the decision? Or do let me know about it.
So could you please repeat the questions? I missed a few. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, anyways, I'm asking that you have mentioned about your mathematics and history were two major subjects, right? That you like the most. Who helped you out to choose mathematics? With whom you discussed this thing, it was your own decision? Please tell me about this thing, and also tell me about like who is your motivation to join Defense Forces? Why do you want to be the part of Indian Armed Forces? And right now, how many examinations you have written? What is the result of those examinations? If not defense, then what you'll be doing? And how have you prepared for defense examinations? Please tell.
So starting with how did I choose between maths and history? First, I started talking with my mom. She told me all the opportunities that I could encounter if I chose either of those subjects. Just to be sure, I also talked with my then class teacher, which was Asha Ajesh ma'am. She was also my maths teacher at that time. So she, without being biased, she told me both the pros and cons of choosing any subject that I would. I have currently my role model is my late grandfather, who is late Wing Commander HP Singh. He served in the Indian Air Force. I am greatly inspired by him, as he came from a very small village near Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh, where education was also a challenge. But he persevered. He gained an excellent education. Then he joined the Indian Air Force as an airman. But he realized that he wants to do more in life. He wants to lead. So he gave the exams again, and he joined as an officer in the Indian Air Force. Some of the competitive exams that I have written since 12th grade, the first one being JEE Mains, in which I scored 96.6 percentile. Next, I wrote the Manipal entrance test, in which I scored a rank of 1503. I also wrote the Karnataka's exam, which is COMEDK, and I got a rank of 753 in that. I wrote PESAT, which is the entrance exam for PES University, and I got a rank of 508 in that. My main motivation behind joining the defense is my late grandfather, but I also want to serve my nation, as it will allow me to lead a life of adventure, discipline, and honor. It will give me the skills of stress management and multitasking. Apart from this, I strongly believe that there is no better job than serving your own nation, and what can be better than protecting its boundaries.
Samir, now please tell me about like what is the biggest responsibility that you have shouldered so far in your life? It can be from your house, it can be from your school, or anywhere. Also tell me about what is the biggest achievement that you feel that you had till now. Also tell me, how do you manage your failures whenever you fail at something? How do you manage at that time? Also tell me, what is the biggest regret of your life?
So my biggest responsibility that I have shouldered till date is that I was the speaker of the student council in my school. It was a position of responsibility that was given majorly to the best performing, the best student who can express themselves properly. So it was given to me. Our main responsibility was to address the students in the school assembly every day about upcoming events or opportunities or any such competitions. Another responsibility that we had to shoulder was conduct the departure assembly and also ensure that people board the students board their buses with ease. So I'm sorry.
Achievement, biggest achievement.
Yes, so my biggest achievement till date, I think it is my JEE mains result, as I was preparing for it for almost 2 years, and I finally got a good enough. Got a very good rank to get me into my dream colleges. But also my another one of my biggest achievement, which is at par with my JEE mains result, has to be me clearing NDA and me sitting here in front of you. So moving on to failure. Failure was a fictitious word for me until not too long ago. I learned a lot from that experience, especially when I got screened out. That was my experience of failure. I realized a lot from that experience. I learned that failure is a part of life and it is a stepping stone to success. I was extremely sad and disappointed with myself when it happened, but I let myself feel for some time. But then I got up, I started introspecting, and I rectified all the mistakes that I was committing, and I became a better version of myself. I worked hard, and I have been gaining success since then. Again, and I realized that failure is just a part of life. It is not permanent. And so I also strongly believe that I have no regrets in life, as all the actions that I have committed in the past have landed me where I am currently.
Okay. So now please tell me one more thing. You mentioned that you have got a very good rank in JEE. Please tell me about your rank and what sort of marks you scored. And also tell me that you have not taken any drops so far, right? You just completed your 12th. How did you manage all the time for sports, for academics, for NDA, for JEE? Please tell me about these things, as well as you scored well in the academics also. Please tell me, how do you manage all the times, and what's your rank in JEE currently?
So starting with my rank in JEE mains is 42,000. It is a very good rank, as I'll be able to get a good NIT with mechanical engineering as the best option that I have. And in starting in 11th and 12th, yes, I did not take any drop, and I joined a coaching to prepare for my JEE mains examinations and other competitive exams. When I was in 11th and 12th, starting with 10th only, my sports and extracurriculars did take a back seat. I was more focused on my studies, and I followed a very strict schedule every day, which involved almost 6 to 7 hours of school, along with almost 8 hours of studying. So I did not have much time for sports and extracurriculars. But right now, after 12th grade, when I'm done with almost all of my competitive exams and all my exams are over, I am finally free. So I'm making up for that time by spending time with my friends, my family, and exploring the city.
And Simon, please tell me about, like, suppose you get, it happens that you IIT, top IIT of India, as well as you're getting recommended in Indian Air Force for NDA basically. Then what will be you choosing, NDA or IIT?
So I'll surely choose NDA, as although IIT will provide me with a very good education and a good package, but NDA will give me a life to live, and it is my passion. My passion is to serve the nation and to protect its boundaries. So that is why I would join NDA in any scenario.
Okay. Now, Sunny, please tell me one thing. Like, when did you have your boards? Like, from which date it started? 12th boards.
So my boards were from 11th to 29th of March.
Okay. So please tell me about your routine that you are following in the month of February.
So in February, I was not only preparing for my boards, but I was also preparing for other competitive exams. So it was a hectic schedule. I woke up at 5 a.m. every day. I from 5 to 5:15 I used to freshen up, brush my teeth, etc. Then I used to sit for study. I used to study for 2.5 hours. Then I used to get up, get ready, leave for school. At 2:30 I used to return from school. I used to eat my lunch. By 3:30 rest and spend some time with my family. At 3:30 I used to sit for studying. Till 5:30 again I used to study, and from 5:30 to 6:30 I used to go out for a nice walk to spend some time with my friends, or just relax for some time. I used to come back home at around 7 o'clock. I used to study from 7 to 9 again. At 9 o'clock, I used to have my dinner. And then I used to go to sleep at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Now, please tell me about your friend circles. Like, who are your friends? Like, please tell me, how do you make friends? What is your criteria of making friends? What sort of people you avoid making friends? And what are the general qualities in a person that you look after while making friends? Do tell me about these things. Also tell me who are your close 3 friends that you find the closest, and who is the best friend among these 3. Also tell me how do you help them, how they help you, and also tell me what is the biggest help that you have provided to your best friend and the biggest help that your best friend has provided to you. Please tell.
So I maintain although I have a large circle of friends, I do maintain a close group of friends. The main criteria that I look for friends when I'm making friends is that they're kind, they're disciplined, and they're dedicated toward whatever they do. It's my requirement isn't like they should be focused in studies or whatsoever. My basic requirement, thing that I focus on while making friends is that are they passionate about what they are doing. I mostly don't like to keep company of people who have no direction in life, or who are just here to enjoy and just live life without any purpose. Some of my closest friends are Ananya, Jennifer, and Ansh. Out of these, my best friend is Ananya. She has been my best friend since 9th grade. We met in school. Currently, she is set to join a National Law University in Kochi, Kerala. And the most next is Jennifer. Jennifer is the kindest and the smartest of the human beings that I've ever met. She has a brilliant mind, but she doesn't let it get to her head. She helps everyone out. The biggest help that Jennifer has provided me is clearing my doubts. As whenever in exams, if I have an urgent doubt that I need to be cleared, I always call Jennifer first, and she has an answer for it 90% of the times. The biggest help that Ananya has provided me is when I was sick once in 10th grade, and she provided me with all the notes that were being done in class. The help that I have provided to Ananya is that although she is very smart and dedicated and hardworking, she doubts herself a little bit sometimes, and she has some trouble managing her time. So I help her make her timetable, and I ensure that the talent that she has, and if she keeps persevering and she keeps working out, she surely will succeed. And that is what exactly happened. She did succeed in her examinations, and she got an excellent college. Next is Ansh. Ansh is a football player, and I met, although I knew that Ansh, as a person since 9th grade, we only became close in 11th grade as we joined the same coaching class. The most important quality that I admire in Ansh is, again, his interest. He takes a very strong interest in not only football but also chemistry as a subject. If he is interested in something, he'll go into the depths and he'll find out every single reason about why anything is happening and how is it happening.
SAANVI, suppose it happens that, first of all, tell me, Ansh is your just friend or he is your boyfriend currently?
No, sir, he is my friend.
Do you have any boyfriend?
No, sir.
You're a sports person, you are good at all the things, you are an all-rounder basically, and still you are single in school. Why so? Why don't you have any boyfriend?
So my main priority in life is to succeed at what I'm doing and be the best at what I'm doing.
Generally in a school, I am able to see that this time, making boyfriend is quite common, right? People are having boyfriends in class 9th, 8th, 10th, 11th, and most probably by 12th they are having couples. They are couples, right? In the school time. Still, you're not having anyone. Has anyone approached you so far or not? Just tell me this time.
So no one has approached me, and I'm also not interested in any of these things.
Suppose it happens that Ansh comes to you after you got recommended, right? You got recommended. You are celebrating over there. You are like throwing some party to your close friends, and he is also among those. And he's telling that, yeah, SAANVI, I wanted to tell you one thing. Since past couple of months, I'm having feelings for you, and he's approaching you. What will you say?
So I'll politely decline, as first of all, he is strictly my friend. And second of all, my main focus in life is to make a career for myself and to succeed in life. And these things don't have a place currently in my life.
No, you have succeeded now. You got into merit also. You got recommended. You are surely married.
So building career is still left.
Building career means, what do you mean by building career?
So
He won't be disturbing you in NDA. He won't be coming to NDA.
So I am not interested in these things.
Anyways, what is the reason behind that? Please tell.
So again, I'm focused on my thing, and I don't think there's a need for things of such sort currently. So what's the point?
Anyways, so now please tell me about you're in Bangalore right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you faced any difficulties in financing your education from the parents' perspective? Do tell me about that, or it was quite smooth for financing your education because you have been shifted to different places. Also, tell me what is the biggest challenge that your parents have faced till now for educating you till now. Please tell me about this thing.
So till date, I think all my education finances have been carried out very smoothly, and there have been no difficulties.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, now please tell me about like how do you keep yourself fit currently? Like because at the time of boards, you're not having time for the sports. Have you changed your routine right now, or you are still studying, or you are into sports too? Please do tell me about this thing. How do you keep yourself physically fit currently? What do you do for that?
Yes, sir, I do have I have much more time now to spend on my health. So I go for runs daily, and I also cycle, which is a thing that I love to do as it allows me to explore the city and also keep my health in check. So these are the two things that I enjoy doing.
Running and cycling, right?
Yes, sir.
How much do you run?
So about 1 kilometer every day.
How much do you cycle?
So whenever I'm cycling long distance, I cycle almost 35 to 40 kilometers. Otherwise,
35 to 40 kilometers.
35 to 40 kilometers.
How many times you have cycled for 35 to 40 kilometers?
So at least once or twice a week, I try to do that.
Every week?
Yes, sir.
Great. So how much time do you take to cover 40 kilometers of distance?
So 2 hours.
2 hours. Can you please tell me about your speed? What will be your average speed if you are covering 40 kilometers in 2 hours?
So it will be 20 kilometers per hour.
20 kilometers per hour.
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
If you have to convert this into meter per second, then it will be?
So if I'm not wrong, it will be around 0. It will be around 5 meters per second.
5 meters. Like, tell me till 2 decimal points.
So 5.55.
Okay. Now, please tell me a few more things. Like you are running for 1 kilometer on daily basis, right? Are you not pursuing your sports currently?
So currently, I'm not pursuing any sports as such.
Currently, who are the friends you are in touch with?
So I'm in touch with the 3 most closest friends I mentioned, plus
Ananya, Jennifer, and Ansh, right?
Yes.
Whenever you guys are together, what sort of conversation do you carry? Please tell.
So all of my friends, they have different lives. So and we lead very interesting lives. So we talk about that as Ananya is going to pursue law. She tells me about how her college life is going to be and how things are going to be taught to her and what future career choices she has. I also tell her about what I want to do in the future and what all career choices am I looking at. And also I tell her about defense. And just to revise my current affairs, I also talk about the current affairs with her.
Okay, what was the latest current affairs that you discussed with her?
So I think the latest current affairs I discussed with her were the Manipur clashes.
What is happening in Manipur? Where Manipur is situated? And also tell me about who is current Chief Minister of Manipur.
So Manipur is situated in the northeast of India. It is part of the Seven Sisters. The current Chief Minister of Manipur is Biren Singh. The main reason behind the clash in Manipur, it is a tribal clash. What happened was mainly to understand the geography of Manipur. There is a non-hilly region which is Imphal, and it is around 10% of the total land area of Manipur, and it is mainly populated by Meitei tribes. Apart from this, the second tribes that mainly reside in the hilly areas are Naga and Kuki tribes. What happened was Meitei tribes were troubled by the Myanmar refugees, which used to come from the border, and they used to take away their jobs and lands. They were highly troubled by this as they were left unemployed. So they approached the High Court and asked them for the SC status. Now the main part about that is that gaining the SC status is not an easy task, and they already had OBC status. So Naga and Kuki tribes were a little disturbed about this as they didn't want this. Apart from this, government also started anti-encroachment drives where 3 churches were demolished, and Naga and Kuki tribes are mainly Christian tribes, so they were a little disturbed by this. On 28th of April 2023, Chief Minister of Manipur, Biren Singh, was about to come to inaugurate an open gym. The night before, one of the tribes, they set fire to the gym and the gym was destroyed. This led to great violence, and the situation is still not resolved.
So what do you feel that why situation is not getting resolved, and what the government is supposed to do currently to resolve the situation?
So I think the main reason why the situation is not getting resolved is the anger in the people. If the government finds the proper reason for the anger, and they contact the people personally and start talking to them, I think that will help resolving this whole situation.
These tribes issues were quite it is quite older, right? But what happened this time? What ignited it currently? Please tell me about that particular issue. What happened recently? Why it is in news?
So I think it was because the High Court also directed the state government to include the Meitei tribes in SC status community.
I know. Please tell me one thing. Like, how do you use your internet? And suppose you must be having your smartphone, right? First of all, tell me which smartphone do you have and of which company. Please tell me about that. What is the processor of that smartphone, and which operating system you are using currently, right? And also tell me about how do you use your internet, and do you have any social media handles? Are you having that account in social media or not? If yes, then which social media handles you are using currently? And also tell me about if I search your phone, check the search history of your phone, what will be the 3 last things in the search in your browsing history? Please tell me about that.
So currently I'm using a Redmi Note 9. I'm not sure about the processor and the operating system of that. I'll surely find it out and let you know. The main thing that I use my smartphone is for one to get updated of current affairs and what is going on in the world. I also, as I have friends in various cities in India, I use my phone to keep in touch with them. The only social media account that I have is one on WhatsApp, and I use it for my educational purposes as well as to stay in touch with my friends. The last 3 searches, if you go on my phone, will be first the size of a badminton court. It will also be about northeastern states and about PM's visit in USA.
Please tell me about PM's visit in USA, like where PM has visited recently before USA, which 2 nations he has visited. Please tell me about that thing also. Also tell me about what were the takeaways from the recent visit of PM in USA.
So this year, PM Modi's visit in USA started on 21st April with him hosting the 9th International Yoga Day in the UN headquarters in New York, where he was joined by representatives from 180 other nations. He embarked on a journey from there, and then he went to Washington, D.C., where he held meetings with not only US President Joe Biden, but also various entrepreneurs and leaders of top companies. The major takeaway, the first one is that India is getting 31 MQ-9 Reaper UAVs from USA, out of which 8 will go to the Indian Air Force. Also, PM Modi held a meeting with Tesla CEO Elon Musk, and he agreed and is very eager to invest in India. And he says that he has a visit to India in his calendar in 2024. Also, the countries that PM Modi visited before this were Japan and Papua New Guinea.
Was the capital of both of the nations which he has visited before this, and also tell me about what is the capital of USA.
So the capital of USA is Washington DC. The capital of Japan is Tokyo, and I'm not sure about the capital of Papua New Guinea.
Okay, what is a DC stand? What DC stands for in Washington DC?
So I'm not able to recall it currently.
Anyways, so now please tell me about like how have you prepared for the SSB? Last time you got screen out. Have you taken any coaching this time? How especially you have prepared this time? Please tell me about this.
So yes, last time I did get screened out. This time I joined an online coaching where we practice PP&DT every day, and also we conduct. I also give weekly tests of psychology part. I have also focused a little bit on my health this time, and I practice speaking in front of the mirror, and I also record myself speaking, and I watch the recordings again to ensure that I am to rectify any mistakes that I'm making or to be more fluent in speaking while I'm doing that. So these are some of the things that I've done. I also keep myself updated through my phone by going on various YouTube channels like Abhiyan News, Study IQIS. These are some of the channels that I use to keep myself updated on current affairs.
Right. So now please tell me something about Indian Air Force. Like, tell me 5 interesting facts about Indian Air Force, and also tell me, like, suppose you'll get recommended, you'll be getting training. Where will you be getting training? Please tell me about that. And for how long you'll be trained in the academies, and which branch you would like to opt for and why. Please tell me about these things.
So when I join the Indian, when I get recommended from here, first I'll go for my medicals, and then I'll be trained in National Defense Academy for a period of 3 years, and which is situated in Pune, in Khadakwasla, Pune. Next, after the 3 years of training is done, our passing out parade will be conducted, and after that we'll be sent to Air Force Academy, which is situated in Dundigal, about 30 kilometers away from Hyderabad.
Tell me 5 interesting facts of Indian Air Force, and also tell me about what are your priorities, what are your priority branches of Indian Air Force.
So some of the interesting facts about Indian Air Force is the first one, which is it was founded on 8th October 1932, and at that point it was called the Royal Indian Air Force, and it was a subsidiary of the British Air Force. When India became a republic, the suffix Royal was dropped. Also, Indian Air Force was the first Air Force in Asia to start flying fighter jets. Last year in 2022, we witnessed that for the first time, Air Force Day was celebrated outside of Delhi in Chandigarh. And we have until date, we have only one Marshal of the Indian Air Force, which is Marshal of the Indian Air Force Arjun Singh, and he flew over 60 types of aircrafts. My priorities while I'm joining the National Defense Academy is first the flying branch, as I want to stay in the, I want to be always on the front paths whenever the country is threatened.
You want to join flying branch, you mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Why?
So because I want to stay on the frontiers whenever there is a need for me, I want to act first so that I can be of a great help.
Okay, suppose you become a pilot also, right? Like, what is your favorite aircraft right now? Which aircraft you would like to fly? And also tell me about who is your role model apart from grandfather in Indian Air Force. You can tell about name of three women fighter aircraft. Women fighter pilots. Please tell.
So my current favorite aircraft is Rafale. It is manufactured by Dassault, which in France. Currently, Indian Air Force has about 36 Rafales, and they are stationed at Hasimara in West Bengal and Ambala in Punjab. I want to fly this as first. It is a 5th generation aircraft. It is the most modern, and it is placed at a very strategic spot. So I want to be always available and stay in those spots, and I want to fly the Rafale. My role model, apart from my grandfather, is Avni Chaturvedi. As she not only was the first women fighter pilot, but also she comes from a very humble background. She is well educated, and she does, and her passion is also to serve the nation. So she is also my role model.
You have mentioned that you want to fly a Rafale of Dassault, right? Please tell me which other aircraft is from Dassault Aviation that Indian Air Force is using currently.
So I'm not sure about it.
Why only Rafale? Why not other aircrafts? What is the specialty of Rafale?
Sir, Rafale, currently it is the latest aircraft that India is having. Plus, it is a fifth generation, which implies that it has a lot of modern equipments and a lot of modern facilities. It also flies at a speed of around 1.8 max. So those are the main reasons that attract me towards Rafale.
What 1.8 Mach equal to in kilometer per hour?
Sir, 1.8 Mach is roughly double the speed of sound in air. So in meters per second, it will be around 760 meters per second. And to convert it to kilometers per hour, it will be
1 Mach equal to how much?
336 meters per second.
And you are saying 60 meter per second will be the speed of this, right?
No, sir. So I said 760 meters per second.
760 meters. Okay. Now please tell me about like what will be the speed. Okay, speed 1 Mach equal to how much? Kilometer per hour?
Kilometers per hour.
Take your time.
So roughly around 1,200 kilometers per hour.
Anyways. Now please tell me, Saanvi, I want to know how does an aircraft fly? Please tell me about the basic principle of flying the aircraft. And also tell me about which principle is that and what is the mathematical expression of that particular principle?
So the main principle that aircraft flies on is the Bernoulli's principle. It majorly states that the mathematical expression is that potential energy plus half rho v square plus rho gh is always a constant. And the major explanation behind how an aircraft flies is when an aircraft is stationary, it needs to counter two forces, that is drag by the wind and its own weight. So first, the drag of the wind is countered by the aircraft's engine by providing it a thrust, and the aircraft's own weight is countered by the lift which is provided again by its wings.
Fine. What is the mathematical expression for that?
So it is atmospheric pressure plus half rho v square plus rho gh is a constant.
Now, please tell me about different aircrafts that Indian Air Force is having currently with different categories of that. 3 aircraft for each category I want. Please name.
So the major aircraft
starting from trainer.
The major aircrafts that Indian Air Force has are transport aircrafts, fighter jets, and helicopters. Starting with transport aircrafts, we have...
Starting with trainer aircrafts.
Oh, trainer aircrafts. Sorry, I missed that. So some of the trainer aircrafts, one which is used in NDA, that is Super Dimona HK-36. One which is used in AFA, which is Pilatus PC-7. Some of the other trainer aircrafts are HAL, HJT, Kiran, and recently developed Hansa NG, which is developed by HAL. Next, we have transport aircrafts, which some of the transport aircrafts which Indian Air Force possesses are AN-32s, but AN-32s are going to be replaced by C-295s, which are being made. For some of them have been imported from USA from Boeing, but rest are being made in India with the collaboration of Tata and Boeing. So other transport aircrafts are C-130J. C-130J. Moving on to fighter jets, some of the fighter jets are Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, Dassault Rafale. Just a second. MiG-21 Bison, Satkat Jaguar, and Mirage 2000. Next, moving on to helicopters, some of the helicopters are Chetak, Chinook, Cheetah, and Dhruv.
Fine. Now please tell me about 3 major operations carried by Indian Air Force.
So first operation is Operation Ganga, which was recently carried out to rescue all the students and the residents staying in Ukraine amidst the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Next was Operation Kaveri, which was done to rescue all the students and residents residing in Sudan amidst the Sudan violence, and also so Operation Whitewash was also one that was conducted by the Indian Air Force.
Whitewash was famous for? Was
So,
known for?
so I'm not entirely sure about that. So I'll read about it.
Anyways, now Sanvi, please tell me a few more things of Indian Air Force itself. You have mentioned that you are going for the flying branch. Suppose it happens that, unfortunately, you didn't clear your CPSS, and so you become permanently rejected for flying branch, especially for Indian Air Force. Then what? What will you do? Will you be happy still in the Indian Air Force, or you will like to quit? Because before joining, you'll be understanding it that you can become pilot or not.
So surely I'll be a bit disappointed as my main focus, as one of my focus was to go in the flying branch, but I'll still join NDA as my main focus and my main passion is to serve the nation and join the Indian Air Force.
Okay. Suppose you won't get recommended this time, then what? What will you do?
So as this is my last attempt of NDA, I won't be able to carry out NDA again. So I'll be a little bit disappointed, but I won't let it affect my spirits. I'll go home and I'll introspect about what I did wrong. And then after my engineering is done, I will sit for various entries of CBS and AFCAT.
Okay. You want to pursue career in mechanical field, right? In your graduation.
No, sir. I've shifted my focus to computer science engineering.
Right now, you have said that my school is this much, and it is good to get the mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir. So in NITs, I'm getting mechanical, but then I'm also, as I mentioned, that I got 753 rank in Karnataka's exam, Karnataka's engineering exam. So I'll get the top college here in Karnataka with computer science, which is the best branch. And the college which I'm getting, it is way better than many of the NITs, and it is in comparison with with some of the best NITs of the country. So I'm opting to go there.
So you're opting to go for the CSE?
Yes, sir.
Why CSE?
So one, because I had computer as my opted subject since 10th grade. So I have learned about some of the coding languages like Java and C++. Plus I have been very inclined towards coding as I love creating things. In 10th grade, we had a...
What is operating system? Please tell me. Define operating system.
So operating system is helps boot the computer, and it basically contains the whole software for the computer to run on.
Which operating system your phone is using? Again, I'm coming to the same question.
I'm not sure about the operating system on my phone, but my laptop has Windows 10.
So you must be just focus, a simple thing. It's very basic operating system that your phone is using currently.
So is it Android?
And Android is an operating system or not?
So I'm not sure about that.
Anyways. So now please tell me one thing. After pursuing career in CSE, after completion of your BTech, you'll be appearing for CDS and AFCAT examinations?
Yes, sir.
Or you want to make a career over there because your entire 4 years you'll be spending over there?
No, sir. I will still want to pursue a career in defense. I am choosing CSE branch as I have my most interests currently. With the options I have lie there.
Suppose it happens, Sanvi. Suppose it happens that you got recommended, and to get into merit only one seat is left. Suppose 100 seats are there. You are the 100th candidate. For the 100th seat, there are 3 candidates. You are the one. 2 more candidates are there. And all are good enough because all got recommended just for the merit, and the score of everyone is quite okay. The written score is quite same. Now, please tell me about which person shall we select, you or any of the remaining 2 candidates?
So it depends first on the merit list, and second on the OIR rating. Whoever has a higher OIR rating will be higher.
All are having the same. Now the decision on I'm asking you, who shall I select?
So I should be the one to go.
Why?
So because first I possess almost all the OLQs needed to become an officer in the Indian Air Force. I am a confident person. I am a people's person. I'm goal oriented. I am disciplined and dedicated towards whatever I do, and I have a passion towards defense forces.
Just tell me about one weakness of yours.
So I think one weakness of mine, I am working on sorting it out, which is fear of disappointing others. Throughout my life, any decision I take, I have been thinking if some person or the other will feel bad. Surely you need to take other people's opinions into consideration, as some of them are there in your favor. But whichever decision I realize, whichever decision I take, some people will be there who will be always disappointed in me, and I need to do what is best for me.
Sanvi, I've asked you a lot of questions. If you have any question for me, you can also ask.
No, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
So it was a wonderful conversation with you. All the very best for your other tasks. Do well.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.